is crazy tonight, la 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 la. Mercato is crazy tonight, la 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 la.
Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. I hope you're all doing well. It was absolutely not planned for me to go live this evening, but I decided to do it. For what reason? Because Mercato is crazy. Because Mercato never sleeps, because you never know. Even if on Saturday, usually it's not that we have that many breaking news, but you never know. And also because we need to speak about something that I anticipated you already. I think already since 1 month, if not since 6 weeks, that I keep repeating you, pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. And the guy finished on the thumbnail of today after a news from Giovanni Albanese that is a bit confirming what I was scared about. Weston McKennie, the renewal is not that certain. And then we need to speak also about Zhegrova. And if you like Zhegrova, like the live, please. I know that we are not a lot of people because it's later than usual. I know as well that it was absolutely not planned, but if you want to support the channel, put a maximum of like. Now, it's the moment to do it, and we start really well immediately with our friend Bogdan Gradisteanu that offered 5 memberships to the channel. Thank you, Bogdan. Really, really appreciate it, my friend. Now that people are starting to enter the live, let me first start thanking all the people, but seriously, all the people that today they decided to join me on the DAZN Telegram channel for the watch-along of Paris Saint-Germain Bayern Munich. There was one technical problem that was out of my hands, something that I couldn't help, unfortunately, had to happen. But for the rest, it was a really beautiful one. A beautiful experience in commenting a game that was not Juve, a game that I prepared here, with a lot of notes, checking, understanding a bit the players, the teams, to be, of course, more informed, because with Juve, it comes like that. With other teams, you need to be a bit prepared to do a watch-along like that. I really appreciated it. It's a beautiful challenge. I love to challenge myself, and that season 25-26, I would love that we continue with more and more challenges on Juve. One of my dreams would be, let's say it now that we are not with a lot of people, that we are a bit in a private mode, would be to bring a player on the channel. Would be to be a ex or actual team player on the channel. That would be really beautiful. So that's one of the goals for the season 25-26, and then you never know what can happen. You know that I have always had that wish to be recognized also, not only in the Juve world, but also for the work I'm doing outside would be nice. And I can tell you that some people from other clubs that are in the media, because of some project, they watched the watch-along Juve Real Madrid, the one that we did here, and they told me, Beppe, the quality, we didn't see that somewhere else. The quality of your watch-alongs are really high. Also, the qualities of the video in the morning. A lot of people are speaking about football. There are so many different content creators, but the quality that you are doing is really nice. So I was really touched by that, and that I want to be pushed to do more. That being said, let's speak about football. So thank you again, Bogdan Gradisteanu, with 5 membership offer, to Arthur, to Andrei, to Bullet Train 02, to Kwame, and to Mohab. Dafala, 5 members chosen like that. Zhegrova, yes please. Calma. We'll speak about the Zhegrova in a second, but first we need to speak about and I'm actually surprised that the only name that I see in the chat is Zhegrova. Zhegrova would be insane, but I don't see the name of Weston McKennie. C'était 100 fois mieux que le gars d'Azone flamand. Ben, chez moi aussi, je regarde en flamand parce que malheureusement, tu peux pas choisir la langue quand tu regardes sur la télé. Et en flamand, c'est fatigant. C'est vraiment fatigant. Je suis d'accord avec toi. Donc, un grand merci, Marcello. Vraiment merci. Merci, Marcello. Marcello is saying it was 100 times better the watch along that you did Paris Saint-Germain Bayern with your commentating than the one that he's watching in Dutch at television. Roberto Gallo, thank you, my friend. If we get Zhegrova, I might cry happy tears. Honestly, what a player. I would love to see him at Juve. If he and Osimhen come, we have gone massive level. Look, Al Hilal will try again for Osimhen. They tried for Theo Hernandez. Didn't happen. He refused. At the end, we heard some voices of Atletico Madrid. Even the name of Juventus was there. At the end, it didn't happen. Al Hilal is trying again, and they are about to close for Theo Hernandez. And they want to keep the same strategy for Osimhen. Osimhen that will soon resume training session with Napoli because he's a Napoli player. He's not a Galatasaray player. And he has been called up to be there for the first day, for the medical test, for the training session, for the first friendlies. We know it. He doesn't want to stay there. We know it. De Laurentiis doesn't want to keep him there because he will have to pay extremely much money. So, of course, Osimhen, they will try to find a solution. Then, according to Gazzetta dello Sport, Juventus is on Osimhen, and they continue to be on Osimhen. Juve, that according to a lot of media, they have two names to actually put with Jonathan David. They don't want to do the same mistake as they did last year with only Dusan Vlahovic and hoping that Milik would be back, so they really want to go for two names. The first one is Jonathan David, and that's already a done deal, has been already presented by Juve. The contract is fine, the medicals were great, so now we will go on holiday and he will be there the first day of a training session in La Continassa, if I'm not wrong, the 24th, so in 19 days he will already be there. Iceman, as he loves to be called, because that's his nickname, Iceman. Now, two names, Osimhen, Colomoni. Colomoni, Osimhen, Osimhen, Colomoni. I tell you, if you are really speaking about pure talent, skills, strength, experience, Osimhen is better and also different, way more different than a Colomoni. And that would be the dream, to have Osimhen on the other side. One, I will be sad for Colomoni. Two, I think that it's something totally out of proportion. Except if you are able to find a fantastic deal. And if it was any other club on the world, I would have tell you why not. But with Napoli, forget about the fantastic deal. The sales will not happen. Huh? It's not a discount price that you will receive for Victor Osimhen. So I would tell you, I prefer to go for Colomoni. Colomoni and Jonathan David can be a really great duo together or rotating, really, because we have a lot of competitions to play, and then invest in other roles. That's one. So, one. Then, if you are telling me about Weston McKennie, so, actually, it's already a few weeks that when we are speaking about contract extensions, I always told you pay attention for Weston McKennie because I am not 100% convinced that he will stay at Juve. There is a possibility at least that he could leave Juve. Not that he was happy or not happy or whatever, because we know it is again one that was able to convince the coach, like he did with Max Allegri, like he did with Thiago Motta, and that at the end he's playing a lot of games, a lot of minutes, whatever role is super available. I think that Weston McKennie grew a lot in the beginning of his journey in black and white. He was a player that was missing a lot tactically. Then he grew from a tactical point of view, but because he was really focusing on doing the right things in terms of movements, he forget about his major skills that were a bit that craziness, that jumping into spaces, etc., etc. And then we saw a more mature Weston McKennie that actually put aside all some crazy story that we heard in the past, but a player that was able to focus 100%, living more and more like a professional, which is really great. But also he was able to combine and tactical experience and also combining it with his own skills. So Weston McKennie that grew from a diverse point of view, but a Weston McKennie that every single summer we have the same story, where Juve wants to keep him in a way, he wants to stay, but the requests of Weston are always higher than what Juventus want to pay for it. And some misunderstanding made that he was at a certain moment on loan. At least he came back, had to fight back for his role with Max Allegri. Max Allegri that gave him that role. He was king of assists. Do you remember with Max? Again, out of the team, had to fight back. because his requests were out of proportion for the Juve of that moment, but they were able to find a compromise discussing the next summer if he was able to show. These were the promises that were made back then. He showed a lot, we have to admit it, he showed a lot, but again here the requests are higher than what Juventus wants to pay for it. And that's why we are at the point where at a certain moment I could, from a human point of view, understand McKennie that would say, oh ragazzi, good and well, but I cannot every single year being here together with you, sitting, I have a request, you know what are my requests, and you want to actually negotiate towards the lower side. That's something that pay attention, because at the moment, so I could understand that at a certain moment he doesn't feel the 100% trust in him, and that he can say, okay, I can do whatever I want, it will never be enough. You know that kind of feeling, whatever you do, it's never enough. It's good, but it's never enough. It's not bad, but it's never enough. So that's where we are at the moment, where Weston could look for another team, but also from a Juve side, the Juve that said, okay, we want to keep him, we know that he can play diverse role, we know that he grew a lot, we know that we can use him, and that he's always doing his work, at least for 3/4 of the season before having a huge big dip and decrease, because he can't reach an entire season. At the moment, that's what we saw from experience. Then, will he be able to do it in the future? I don't know. We also have to admit that because of a lot of injuries, the guys that are there, they are playing game in, game out, game in, game out, game in, game out. Like look at Federico Gatti at a certain moment, Locatelli, eccetera, eccetera. Grande la maschera, Francesco che è nella chat, grandissimo Francesco, che ho avuto il piacere di incontrare allo Juventus Hotel, al G-Hotel, che bello. Siamo andati a vedere Juventus Udinese insieme, che bello. Fantastic to have creators that are popping up in the live to say hello. Chef says, I don't want to see Weston leaving, but I think that's the situation. From a human perspective, I can understand it. And then I told you from a Juve point of view, yes, we want to keep it, but on the other side, we know it. Now we are looking for diverse types of midfielders. We need to sell. There is a lot of work to do. With Cristiano Giuntoli, probably we would have gone for 3 qualitative names. Now we think that a bit more is needed, especially after the Manchester City game, the second half of Real Madrid, the season 24-25, where we have no sporting director, but Comoli is taking care of everything in discussion with Giorgio Chiellini, and we are thinking to do a few changes. And that's why if a good offer arrived for Weston McKennie, that's a player that could potentially leave Juve, also because it's a player that you could still cash in and doing some profits. So Weston McKennie, let me read the general opinion of you before going to a name like Zhegrova. Thomas McLovey saying, I don't mind keeping Weston McKennie, but I also don't mind selling McKennie. It depends on the euro and the overall plan for a team. Well, I think that this is exactly my feeling about Wes. Fantastic guy, super nice guy. I can tell you also from a football point of view, a player that grew a lot, that developed himself a lot. Now he has been used as a left back, as a number 10, as a mezzala, as a right midfielder. I think he did all the roles except of center back and goalkeeper, if I'm not wrong, this season. Otherwise, he played all of the roles with Thiago Motta, with Igor Tudor. What was a bit strange is how greatly Igor Tudor spoke about him, and then seeing that he's on the market. So, is he looking for, okay, he was the guy that we needed at that moment, and he did the job. He tried to do the job, because at the end it was also really difficult for West. We saw him difficult in briefing, in recuperating, in playing all the latest games. So tough. Can we upgrade on West? And this is actually, I believe, the general feeling of a lot of people, that if you bring a big name, people would not mind. But of course, you need to cash in, depending how you sell Weston McKennie. Weston McKennie alla Padoin for Suarez, Stefan Marian. I am here, LJJ, grandissimo LJJ. Yuri, ciao Beppe, come stai? Benissimo, grazie a te. Ciao Yusuf. he's a decent player that could be on the bench but not as a starter. But that's also always the story that we are telling. Weston McKennie is a good player, should be in the 25. But if you are thinking about Weston McKennie as the starter of Juve, we have difficulties to imagine a Weston McKennie, even with all the improvements that he did. And probably this makes that the request of Weston that sees himself as a starter, because at the end, you turn, it's always one that is playing as a starter. Well, Juve doesn't see him as the starter, and by consequence also not giving him a 4.5, a 5 million euro contract with Juve for 3-4 years. Alessio, ciao, I'm on my way in the car listening to you. Alessio, we need to make a beautiful maximum applause for Alessio. That is our real VIP here in the chat, because Alessio is a musician. The last few days, I believe Thursday, the 4th, the 3rd, I don't remember, because the days and me, guys, this disaster. So I believe 2 days ago or yesterday, I don't know. He was playing at Rock Werchter. Rock Werchter is important in Belgium. But also a lot of people from all Europe are coming at Rock Werchter, where I went last year with my son and my wife, and playing guitar at Rock Werchter. Chapeau. And also all summer long in tour in Belgium, and not only, because he's also doing some tours in other countries. That's beautiful. That's really, really, really beautiful. I'm honored to have such good persons here that are loving Juve and following Juve. And that was about Weston McKennie. Other things about Weston. Tell me, guy. Weston is like Rabiot. If he stays for me, he's okay, but if he goes, I don't care. I understand that. I must say that's my personal opinion. I know that on some topics I'm a bit controversial, but for me, Adrien Rabiot is another level of player. That would be a player. That would have been a player that I would have loved to keep at Juve, and I think would have been extremely important in contribution in this season as well. I was sure about that. Sure, convinced about that. But anyway, you know it. When we are turning a page, the human person that I had the opportunity to meet a few times remains, but then the player, it's over, and then it's Allelo M for him and Forza Juve for us. Oh, beautiful. No, I couldn't have the tickets on Thursday because I wanted to go on Thursday. Andre, ciao Beppe, enjoyed watching you on DAZN. Thank you, Andre. And now seeing you live makes for a great day. No, it was absolutely not planned, and then we popped on because there were some things to say. So instead of recording a video, I prefer to do that. I'm okay for Weston to be sold for LJJ. Beppe, what do you think about Cope playing position? No idea. We spoke about Cope Miners, I believe, 2 days ago, because yesterday I didn't go live long about Cope. I gave my opinion about that. I think it will be extremely difficult to see him rising, and it's a pity. It's really a pity, but I have difficulties. I hope he surprised me, but at the moment I really have difficulties to see him rising, unfortunately. Sam, grande Sam, thank you for the donation. Out of 27 players of Juve, 13 are out of project. Only 6 can start and 2 are loan players. How can we even start the season? We need 12 new signings. But yeah, it's true, 13 are out of project. But I mean, out of project is a big word. 13 are potentially on the market, with some clearly on the market, with some unofficial or even official, but it's not because you're on the market that it's over. So out of project is really, yeah, no, out of project is a good word. It's a good word, out of project. But then you have out of the team, which is something different. So last year, for example, at the beginning of the season, who did we see? Rugani, Chiesa, etc., etc., etc. All these players that were really not taking part of the training sessions, and these players, well, except of Weston McKennie, that was able, but it was not a technical problem, but it was a contractual problem. Except of him, all the other players were able to be or loaned out or sold, and then just McKennie that was reintegrating the first team. Here, nobody's speaking about putting players at the moment, at today, out of the team. There is already one player that could potentially leave, so we have our first signing, that is Jonathan David. The first sales could be Weah, Timothy Weah. that was absolutely against going to Nottingham. It was something that he didn't agree with, also because he had to be really in a rush before the 30th of June. He didn't want to. At the end, it was blocked, so he was not on the bench against City. He was on the bench against Real Madrid, even if he didn't enter. But that's a player that could probably not even see anymore the sun of La Continassa, and that could go to Marseille. Not bad, Marseille, not bad, Marseille. De Zerbi is pushing, Olympique de Marseille is pushing. Don't forget, it's not in discussion with Balerdi, so it has nothing to do with Balerdi. For the people that are dreaming about Balerdi, center back from Marseille, this is not a swap. This is not even in the discussion. Juventus tried at the moment. He's not on the market for Marseille. Then if he could be on the market, probably an excessive price where Juve can't reach. So at the moment he's absolutely not in discussions there because they don't want to sell him. Then in a few weeks, if they want to sell him, that's another story. But that today it's not the case. So Balerdi, no at the moment, but Weah could go to Marseille. He would love to go back to France where he played. He speaks the language. He knows Adrien Rabiot, for example. He knows some people there. So it would not be a no. Also because it's Benatia that is taking care of everything. And we know Benatia has a really beautiful contacts with Juve because he was our player, of course. I didn't even say that we have 38,776 Juventini of the world on the channel. So nearly 38,800. It looks like it takes an eternity before reaching 39, and then the 40 will look like even longer. So it all depends on you, of course. Maximum of like. Don't forget to subscribe because bigger we become, more opportunities we have. Like for example, oh, sorry. Thinking. Thinking. Yeah, guys. I tell you the truth. So I received from Martina and Jose, because actually Martina and Jose in Tampa, they have the stock that we had in the past. So they brought me some because I really wanted to take as much as possible in my luggage to be able to give them to giveaways on the channel. But then I have to admit that I didn't have a lot of space in my luggage, so I couldn't take a lot. And I actually took 3 of them to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. And I actually offered them to my colleagues of Juve. I didn't say it yet, but I really want to take this moment, guys, to really say thank you to how we called ourselves in our WhatsApp group the Last Samurais. Why? Because we started with a lot of Juve staff, and then every city there were some that were dropping off, that were going back to Torino. And at the end, we were with a small committee that we called ourselves the Last Samurais, with Daniele, with Alessandro, with Yvonne, but I had a fantastic experience with Gabriele and with Luca as well. Fantastic, beautiful staff of Juve. I said really thank you to them because they immediately, even if I knew some of them already because I worked with them in Italy, but they immediately welcomed me like a Juve staff member. And it was beautiful to arrive in another continent, in US. You're alone when you're traveling. You're asking yourself, how will it be? Will I be at the level? You have a lot of doubts because it's a pressure. Don't forget, it's the club of my heart. It's the club that I love. It's the club that is tattooed here on my arm. So you want to do well because I have always been like that in whatever I have done. I always wanted to be good and better than the other ones. I'm not the tallest one, so I need to fight. This is something that I have it in myself since I'm a kid, that I need to do better than the other ones, because I need to surpass myself, to go over the limit. And you have a lot of doubts when you go. But I must say that these persons and the other staff of Juve, but these persons has been fantastic to me. They made me feel like I was their colleague since 10 years, and after a week, even their friend since 5 years. And this is unpayable. It's crazy. It's really beautiful. So whatever I asked was possible. Chapeau. Chapeau to them. Some of them, they knew already the country, so they were able to bring us from one spot to another. And I want to say, and then I finish and we go back to Mercato, that the staff of Juve is working hard, guys. Probably you don't see it surely you don't see it because we are focusing on the first team players, on the technical staff. We are speaking about management. But beside that, I'm not saying below, but beside that, you have so many people from Juve that are working around to make sure that everything is working perfectly, from the organization of the villages, to be in contact with the Juventus official fan clubs, to be in contact with the legends, to organizing the trips, that you have an hotel room, that you have your tickets for the flights, that the players are having the travel organized. It's such a big work, and there is no hour. It's not like you go to an office from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. There is no hour of the day. You are working. Never I heard one complaining like it's too much, it's too hot, it's this and that. Bravo, Juve staff. Bravo. On that one, I believe that Juve is unmatched on that level. Chapeau. So, bravo. Oh. I agree with Ahmad. Unjustified. Though is excellent. I agree with that as well. So I was saying, Sam, that no, it's not that we need 12 new signings, because some you will be able to sell, some not. For example, we know it, we heard it. Nico Gonzalez is not part of the project anymore, not center of the project anymore. But if you are not able to sell him, you will not put him out of the team. It's a player that will be in the team and trying and hoping to have him again for next season at a better level than last season. Even if there were some games where he showed that it could have been a good signing. At the end, he knows as well that he was not perfect. So no, it's not that everyone is there. Weah could leave. The next that will follow probably is Sam Bangula. Juve 47 is saying, I hope that Bangula doesn't leave. Listen to me, guys. Don't hope too much. Then we will see, but don't hope too much. Listen to me. An advice of Zio Beppe, of Uncle Beppe. Thank you, Sam. Igor, 14 months together with us, going back on home on a bicycle from concert with you. I'm sure that the concert was more beautiful or better music in your ears than my voice. But thank you, Igor. Really appreciate it, my friend. Grande Matthew Beppe. If we sell 0 player, how much do we have available to spend after David? Honestly, I have no idea. Also because it's not something that is public. I have no idea. We qualify to the Champions League, which helps. We have that 15 million capital increase again, so 30, which helps. Round of 16 of a competition that didn't exist. It's not that it helps, because actually it compensates the Coppa Italia, the fact that we will not play the Supercoppa, the fact that we went out immediately in Champions League against PSV, so it compensates the loss and we have a bit more. But honestly, 1 or 2 rounds more would have been really important for Juve. Now, I have no idea, honestly. But we will sell players. Surely we will sell players, Matthew. But we know it, the word is always the same. Sustainability. No, not zero. Beppe, would you keep Doogie or Cope? Look, Douglas Lewis is a huge, big question mark to me. It's really a huge, big question mark to me because Doogie is a player with the fantastic qualities that is not able to give them to Juve, but unfortunately, from what we saw also this season, looks like he doesn't want to give them to Juve. Looks like he's already like, I read today, like the luggage are already ready. But it looks really like that, but not since yesterday, since already like February. Like the luggages are there, already packed. One club that is calling, which he agrees on, and he leaves. Huh? So do you want to keep a player that doesn't have that fighting spirit or that will to do it? I don't know. While Cope Manners, I told you my fear is that we are not able to recuperating. It's a big fear. So it's really tough. It's really, really, really tough to decide between both of them because two of them are fantastic players. Cope Manners is a fantastic person on top. Look, I will tell you just out of personal preferences, I would love Cope to have another chance, but my big fear is that it will be extremely hard. If we have 90%, 80% of the Cope Manners from Atalanta in a way, that would be so beautiful and so important. So we spoke about Weah. We spoke about Bangula slightly. Bangula is really two things, guys. Let's not lie. It's tactical in the way of playing of Tudor, but also profit. Because it's a player that comes from a youth academy, so it's all profit. So we spoke about Weston McKennie. Then we have another name on the title, is Zhegrova likes Juve. And when we started the live, a lot of people were already asking Zhegrova. You know that I'm a big fan of Zhegrova. You know that. It's not a surprise. It's not a secret. At today, Zhegrova, there are no real serious links with Juve. Okay? There are not big links with Juve. For what reason? Because Zhegrova comes in the list after, because before that you have Sancho. I already told you, and today we start having the confirmation that what I said was right. It's not or Conceição or Sancho, but the initial idea of Juve would be to do both of the players, and Conceição and Sancho. Juventus, they don't want to have what they had last year. A lot of problems in not being able to call up players or turning around, looking at the bench and having 4 players from the Primavera or from the next gen. They don't want to do that, so they want some qualitative players, like 2 strikers, like a few options to rotate there up front. They want to try. Then will it be possible? It depends on a lot of things. Weah, Bangula, maybe a Weston McKennie, a Dusan Vlahovic situation that is super important to solve as soon as possible. By the way, remind me that I tell you about the story I heard about Napoli, because I want to say something about that, but so remind me later, otherwise I'm sure I will forget. But Nico Gonzalez, super important as well. Are we able to sell or not? But if we are able to do a few things, well, Sancho plus Conceição, for the first time, they're open, Porto, to decrease a bit, slightly. But that means that you are negotiating with the club, which is not anymore the clause that you are paying. Clause is, boom, cash, everything immediately, while if you're actually going for another formula with Porto, you could potentially find a solution to actually split over more years, which would be extremely beneficial for Juve. Juve initial intention was, we like the player, we want to keep the player. Can you loan him out another season? Probably Juventus is exaggerating. Can you loan him out another season? Then next year we will sign him. Where Porto said, oh, guys, don't exaggerate. Don't push too much. Faut pas pousser Bobon dans les orties. So they said, but we are open to maybe rediscuss some things. Important is having a Harrison red card. Ciao Harrison. They are winning 3-1. I don't know why. Real Madrid, Dortmund is a game of 3-1. I don't know why I have that. Maybe because I was playing FIFA and that was the result, or maybe because it happened already in other games, that result. But Real Madrid Dortmund is really a game of 3-1. I watched the first half 2-0 with that guy out of nowhere, Gonzalo Garcia. We remember him because he scored against us. Again, scoring there. And there is a penalty for Dortmund. Oh, yeah. With Girassi, another good striker. Ah, yeah. Red card for Huijsen. Yeah, my television here is really in delay, yeah. So, I just see the red card of Huijsen that is not believing it. So the tournament could be over for Huijsen. Also because if they go through, and it looks like they will go through, they will play against Paris Saint-Germain in the semi-final. What a game. Without Dean Huijsen. Last man, guys. What do you want? Yeah, I watched the first half and then I said, you know what, let's go for a live. The game is over already. I understood it. I don't know what was I saying. I forgot. About Sancho and Conceição. So for Conceição, they want to continue to push, while for Sancho, there are really advanced talks. So it's not an invention. But last year it was already no invention. Huh? So all the people that were speaking about Sancho, especially Luca Monblano last year, were not wrong, because the discussion were extremely advanced for the English player, and Juventus, they want to continue to do it. And they will continue to do it. I'm just watching for the penalty with Girassi that missed 2 of the last 5 and scored 3 of them. Let me see. I see already that some people here told me that he missed it. But anyway, the game is over, but let me check. Let me check. And then we continue to speak about Calcio Mercato. He missed 2 out of the last 5. Die! Take the penalty, mamma mia. It's already like the 97th minute. Even if you score, it's over. You're losing 3-1. The guy, he scored. Why did someone say that he missed? He scored. So he scored. It's 3-2. Oof, what a penalty. Oof, what a penalty. Yeah, Lionel, basta, mamma mia. Here, you know what? No, because indeed, it's not the first time, huh? And we tell you every single time. It's annoying, guys. It's annoying. No, because then I was about to not watch because I said he missed it. So, I don't understand that, because it's actually why we are living, why we are loving the game, football, and you are actually taking away the emotions of someone. I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. Now, with all the respect, it's annoying. It's really annoying. They were about to score a 3-3. Look, the first comments that I was reading, the game is over. Real Madrid qualifies to the semi-final. What a stellar semi-final. Real Madrid, Paris Saint-Germain on Wednesday. Chapeau. I forgot what I was saying. The first reactions were pay attention, because there are already Chelsea that started to discover the fans. I speak about the fans that discovered the player Yildiz. Barcelona. I was reading an article somewhere, really from underground that Yildiz, and pay attention. I'm sure the article in a few days will pop up. That Yildiz would have proposed himself for would have proposed himself to go to Barcelona. Like, from what I know, Yildiz, they will discuss about his contract extension in the coming days, max weeks. But it's a done deal. He wants to stay with Juve, so no. Thank you, Brock, for 11 months being a member of the channel. So I told you, Conceição decreasing. Sancho, extremely advanced discussion, so they will resume them next week. Again, the discussion with Sancho. Someone wrote in the chat, Beppe, do you think 7-8 million euro would be too much for Sancho? Yes. I tell you immediately, yes, and I believe, and I'm sure that Juventus is thinking exactly the same. So probably the 7-8 million euro net were the request of Jadon, but Juventus said no. They went to 4.5, 5, where the player is saying, okay, I want to reduce because I really want to go to Juve. But guys, 4.5, 5 it's really far from what I have. It's really a stretch. So can you please increase? So Juventus is trying to find a strategy with Manchester United. Maybe United actually giving an exit bonus to Sancho so that it compensates a bit what Sancho will miss the first year, and Juve could maybe go towards a 6 million euro. 6, which I think international player, 25 years. We already saw what he could do at Dortmund. I think it will be done. I really think it will be done. So you have Sancho, Conceição, then forget about Zhegrova. Forget about him. Zhegrova, that is a player that I remember last year was really in talks with Juve. At a certain moment, he didn't want to play for Lille anymore. He went on television. What nationality is he again, Zhegrova? I forgot. I forgot. Is he Albanian? Kosovo. He's from Kosovo. So I remember that he went on television in Kosovo in saying the commentator said go to Juve, and he smiled without answering. No, it's not from Georgia, guys. He's from Kosovo. Born in Germany, yeah, but Kosovo. So he was super happy for Juve. He would love to go to Juve. He would have loved to go to Juve. Why am I writing in the title that Zhegrova likes Juve? Because as soon as Juventus posted Jonathan David on Instagram, immediately liking the post, putting a comment for Jonathan David. He is still in the list of Juve, but for the deal to happen, it needs that Conceição, you are not able to take him, or Sancho, you are not able to take him, and then you need to go further in the possibilities, and then you can resume talks for Jadon Zhegrova. So the news is he would be absolutely open because he cannot wait to go to Juve if the door is open. I tell you, tomorrow, like a bit Cabal. You remember Cabal that, Juve, sure, boom. Took nothing from his clothes. He just went into the taxi and then to the train station with the train from Verona to Torino, and immediately he was there to play with Juve. That was Cabal. So it will be a bit the same situation. For him, the luggages are already ready. He can't wait to come to Juve. He's born in Germany. So it's not non-EU. Born in Germany, double citizenship. So it's not un extracomunitario. So on that one we have absolutely no problem, which is good. But so Zhegrova in the list, yes. Juve have Zhegrova in their list, but first priorities. The dream of Juve would be Sancho, Conceição, Jonathan David, Osimhen, or Colomwani, Kenan Yildiz, but Zhegrova is another pretty good. Now, if they already lost Lille, Jonathan David on a free, they knew already. They signed Giroud. Did you know that they actually took Giroud, that only stayed one season with Los Angeles? So they took Giroud as their new striker. I'm not sure, guys, if they will let Zhegrova leave that easily. As a value of 25, but contract until 2026, so 1 more year to go. Yeah, the price would even possibly be an advantage for Juve. I don't know. Dorsum or Dorsium, thank you, my friend, gifted a membership on the channel, and it went to Nico that received a membership from Dorsium. Thank you, my friend. Really appreciate it. Ciao to Jason Cavari that I also had the opportunity to meet. If only I had time, I would have put the tattoo, guy. But there was absolutely no time. You saw, that's why I told you, don't take all your stuff with you because it will never work. Otherwise, I would have done it. De Kuiper, Brighton, disaster. Micaudazze, you heard it. Big talks with Roma. Giashari, nearly to Milan. So my players, the ones that I like, they don't go to Juve apparently. We have different visions. Could have Juve convinced Jonathan by telling... No, guys. It's like Timothy Weah is the best friend of Jonathan David. They are best friends. They grew up together in Brooklyn. They are best friends. Professional career is professional career. When Weah needed to leave Lille, he left Lille. Now Jonathan David is there, but Weah could leave as soon as possible. Then they will spend maybe some time now together. Could be, surely, if Tim went back, because some players they remained in USA, like Nico Gonzalez, like Bangula. They remained. They didn't come back with the team. They prefer to stay in USA to continue the holidays there because you know it. And there is Disney World, there is Universal, and so on. What is important, and we heard it from La Stampa, is that in the coming days, Comoli will meet the agent of Dusan. By the way, super important about Dusan Vlahovic. Today I heard the news that apparently Dusan Vlahovic would have refused a swap deal with Osimhen to go to Napoli. I tried to ask between 1 and 2 things that I had to do today. I didn't hear that. Personally, I didn't hear that. They told me, Beppe, fake news. I don't know who said it, but fake news, apparently. There was no idea of... or at least there was not even the idea of swapping Dusan with Osimhen. And so he didn't. By consequence, he didn't refuse. I think it's also a bit a push of media for people to be even more angry with Dusan. You know that Dusan is not my favorite player. That I already warned you since long that it's a player that will not be in the team. I received a lot of criticism for that. I remember, you're a hater, you hate him, and that's the reality. You only hate him. You're a real hater. Mamma mia, how much did I need to hear that? Disaster. I remember, disaster. And then the reality kicks in. And we see now. But when it's true, it's true. When it's not true, it's not true. Giashari is a very, very good player. It's true. Was one of the best ones in Belgium Jupiler League with Bruges, and not only from the entire league. What are your feelings on Dusan? Apparently the swap is fake news. That's what I told you. Corriere confirmed. Bravo. Are you gonna be in Herzogenaurach, Beppe? I will be there. So the plan would be that I go on holiday from the 28th of July to the 3rd, 4th of August. 1 week, 8, max 9 days where I live. While Juve will already be in Herzogenaurach because they go from the 2nd to the 9th, where on the 10th they will be in Dortmund to play the game. So I don't think so, because I will be back. Wait. I will be here, okay? I will be here. Herzogenaurach is here and Belgium is here. It's far. Because actually what I'm doing from here on my holiday is that actually I will do like this. Okay? I'm with a car. So it means I'm doing like something like this, you know, up, and I go to Belgium. If I need to go from here, Herzogenaurach, and then from Herzogenaurach to Belgium, mamma mia, that's really too long. That's really too long, guys. No, also because I'm planning to go to Dortmund to the game. I would love to go to Dortmund, and that's already on the 10th. So, and going to Herzogenaurach, where we don't know if there will be open training session, makes no sense. Then if you tell me, Beppe, would love to continue to work with you, because at the moment, you know it, I'm not working with you anymore at the moment. So, but if Juve would tell me, Beppe, come to Herzogenaurach, we want you to do something, then Salman, he knows, huh? Salman knows. Yeah, I go to Liguria. Yeah, I go in Liguria. Close to Sanremo, 30 minutes from Sanremo. Not in Sanremo. Guys, I'm not rich, I already told you. Depending where you go, Thomas, you can go, if you usually from Belgium, what we do is you go Belgium. From Belgium, you go to Luxembourg. Then you go to Strasbourg-ish. You continue and you cross all Switzerland, where here you have San Gottardo, which is the biggest underground tunnel under the mountain, and you cross that one before arriving in Italy, where you go to Chiasso. It's the first one, and then you go to Milano. Because when I was younger, guys, what I was doing with the car, call me crazy, but what I was doing with the car was going from Belgium here, and I was doing all that to Milano, then following Firenze, following Roma, following Calabria, to the tip here, then taking the boat from the south of Italy to Sicily, the boat with the car, and then I went here with the car, all with the car. I did it like 4 times, I believe, driving myself, I think 3 times until here. I went already with the car also to Napoli. Yeah, that's crazy. So I don't do that anymore. I really don't do that anymore. But this year, because I had an opportunity to go, I go with the car until here, which is okay. Yeah, but Tudor, he has a much better car than me. I should ask Juve, bring me the Jeep. The bridge. Yeah, the bridge. One day. I'm hearing that story since I'm 5. I'm 43. It's nearly 40 years that I hear about the bridge in Sicily. But the San Gottardo, you need to pay attention. It's really, really, really long and dangerous. Yeah, something like that. It's crazy. It's crazy. I love Jeep. I love Jeep. No, guys, my entire that's why people they don't know, but my entire life I drove with a no. My first car that I bought with my money was a Mini Cooper, long time ago when I was still single, and it was right new on the market. The Mini Coopers, really new. It didn't exist before. It was new. I wanted it. I bought it with my money, and I mean. With the bank, the money of the bank that I needed to repay. So that was my first car, and then actually, I always drove with the company cars, depending what company. I had Mercedes, I had different cars. My entire life, and since now, what is it, 2 years that I stopped working, I needed to give back the car, so I have no car anymore. I have only the one of my wife, but my wife back then, she was only driving in the city, so she was not doing long traject, or she was not driving a lot, just in the city, moving a bit. So we have a Fiat 500, which I really don't like, but this is the car that we have, and honestly, going and investing in a car right now makes to me really no sense, because I'm not driving a lot, because I'm always at home recording videos, working behind the computer. Sometimes it's annoying. I tell you the truth. For example, when I need to go to the airport, my wife is working, so she cannot bring me. It's a struggle. It's really a struggle. So I'm always praying, like hopefully, or it's extremely early in the morning so that my wife can bring me. Or it's in the weekend, then it's great because she's not working in the weekend, except of this weekend. But usually she's never working in the weekend. So, but it's really, then the reality hits in the face, and then you say, did I do the right choice? But no, my son cannot drive yet. He's 17, so this year he will enter the year of his 18. He can start studying for having the license, and then the idea is to give him that car, and we can buy a new one then. Yeah, but it's time. Yeah, John, that is watching from time to time to the channel. John, if you want to give me the Jeep that I was driving in the US, I would appreciate it a lot. If you need airport, don't hesitate to call. Yeah, but Sir Raz, I would feel really bad to say. So Raz, bring me to Zaventem. But in case of desperation, thank you. I would tell you. The first time that I could possibly, but it's under bracket. It's not confirmed yet. But the first time that I could leave again, Belgium, could be at the end of the month of August. Not for holiday with my wife now, but it could be the last weekend of August. Could be. No, but it's not about the company car. It's about you know, waking up. And then just for taking me at home and bringing me to the airport would be annoying. The sporting director. Look, it will not be... It's a good question, Thomas. It will not be the sporting director like we have always known it, and also not like we are used to it in Italy. It will be a scout... Scout plus. What does that mean? It's not one that is going to the fields of the players of 6 years old to discover the new Kenan Yildiz or the new Matthias Sule, but it will be someone that will already start filtering, working on names, putting them data, following players. So already doing all the pre-work, and then from there actually shortening the list, finding some interesting one. Going, watching, observing, and starting to speak with the entourage, with the family, with the club. That's the difference with a scout. A scout is observing, is sending reports, and his job is done. While the role of that person that will join Juve will be all that work, plus already starting the first discussions, preparing dossiers that are about to be signed. Let's say about to be signed, and then of course with Damien Comoli deciding together with Chiellini, with the sporting director, with the technical director, together with the coach to involve it. Don't forget about that. I don't know if it's a monthly meeting, a bi-monthly meeting that will be in that between closed doors. I don't remember the name, by the way, but that's a really important one. What was it? Football committee, something like that. That has been launched as a newness of Juve with the different heads of department. Could be that will be the role. So it's different than in the past. So when we will actually try to blame someone for the Mercato or to praise someone for the Mercato, you will have to speak about a team. Salisu, we already spoke long about Sancho. So I don't want to repeat everything. Otherwise, I'm again there for 30 minutes. Why don't Juve sign Rodrigo? Did you hear what they were asking? From what I know, they were asking 100 million euro. Am I right, or did I got wrong information? Oh. Hey, but you see, I need to go out of my house again before I lose my 10. I look really beautiful, huh? I really look beautiful. Look at that. 43, never any skincare, no Botox. I really look beautiful. Yeah, I have a bit of these sleepy eyes. That's true. I look younger than Renato Vega. It's true. Renatone. Renatone. No, 43. I look without any treatment. Huh? I also lost a bit of weight, but I need again to do something, because in US I was active. So I need again. I need really again to do something. Otherwise, it will be a pity. To gain again, that's not good. That's not good. I said 1 hour of live. We are there, I think. Yeah? Was a beautiful one. Not planned. 1 hour. Boom, boom. Not a lot of likes. We even lost 1 subscriber. Was not a productive live. Huh? Lost a subscriber. Not even 200 likes. Okay, we are over the 200 likes, which makes me already smiling a bit more. I know. I don't know if Nino is watching again the live, but I really wanted to say thank you as well. Huh? Look, today was a disaster. Huh? You had to take all the shirts, the things. Oh, the disaster. What a disaster. What a disaster. Sebastian just came for the like. Bravo. Yeah. Over is over. Did I look too much on the ground like that? Leave me alone. Injuries are injuries, guys. We need to pay attention to that. That will be the key for season 25-26. without any secret. Let me say thank you to Dorsium that offered the membership, to Brock, to Matthew with a beautiful donation, Igor, Sam, thank you my friend, Roberto, 12 months together with us, happy birthday, 1 year, and then Bogdan with 5 membership offered. Thank you guys. Thank you ragazzi, but also thank you to all the people in the chat like Sylvain, grandissimo, thank you. Juventus Global, Yusuf, Salisu, thank you my friend Ibrahim, thank you Salman, thank you Bogdan, Chapeau de Paille, Sebastian Wolfmeyer, Seraz, Yusuf, Tsigas, Cheyenne, Sylvain Lefebvre again, Salman again, Jake, Pratam, Rana, Amazzako, Colo 99 e tutti gli altri and all the other ones. Thank you, forza. Marcello, it's already a few times that I go to Zaventem, but I never see you. Are you still working in Zaventem? I need to ask that question to Marcello if he didn't quit the live. But I need to understand because I always go to Zaventem and then I try to look and then I never see him. At least if I go to Zaventem and I know that he's not working there anymore, I stop looking. From 12 to 10 p.m. Okay. So next time if I go, because when I travel, usually it's now from Zaventem, except when I go to Torino, then I'm obliged to go to Charleroi. But then I tell you. Ok, that was it for today. Buonanotte a tutti, ci vediamo domani. Thank you, we see each other tomorrow. Grazie, forza.